Caregiving can feel overwhelming. Some days feel impossible. If you're caring for someone with Alzheimer's or dementia, we want you to know this. You are not alone. There is help. There are resources, and there is hope. Alzheimer's and Caregivers. Greetings and welcome. This is GutPunched, Alzheimer's and Caregivers, the not-so-sexy podcast, episode 93. I'm Jeff Edwards, your host, and we're happy you're here with us today. Now, if you're listening in the northeast part of the country, we hope you'll get a break from the cold and snowy conditions you've been going through. Spring will be here in just a little time, says my little birdie friend. Reminds me of when Floridians were going through all the hurricanes we had back in 2024. Bad weather. It takes a toll on our emotions. Today, we'll be touching on why can't I remember? The old man versus woman argument. And myth versus fact. Don't get taken by misinformation. Plus, we'll answer another listener question in What's New in Alzheimer's with Dr. John Huffaker. Now, if you have a question you'd like answered, send it to us at gutpunchedac@outlook.com. So let's get going. We're proud to be supported by Neuropsychiatric Research Center, a clinical trial center dedicated to advancing research and treatment for memory loss and Alzheimer's disease. And the fine people at Heart, Body, and Mind Home Care, nationally acclaimed, award-winning home care. And Live Younger Today. Activate your stem cells for health and vitality. You can check them out online at liveyoungertoday.com. Our 5 tenets or rules are the backbone of everything we do. They're simple, but very important. 1, you must take care of yourself because if something happens to you, who is going to take care of your loved one? Number 2, you can't do it alone. You need help. Find a good caregiver group. Number 3, make a list of friends or relatives or coworkers who have offered to help and take advantage of it. Number 4, create a help signal. Identify a cue or phrase to confirm your loved one is comfortable with receiving help from outside people. Number 5, caregiving. Love it or hate it. It will be your life until it's not. So give it your all. When we come back, What's New in Alzheimer's with Dr. John Huffaker.
We'll be right back to Gut Punched, Alzheimer's and Caregivers.
Tired of feeling like aging means slowing down? Hi, I'm Peggy Steelfon, board-certified health coach, sharing how you can change how you age with a patented science-backed technology activating your own regenerative cells, improve sleep, energy, cognition, and more. On March 14th, you can hear details at Change How You Age in Naples. Reserve your free seat at mindbodyfitnessforlife.com.
This is Gut Punched, Alzheimer's and Caregivers. What's New in Alzheimer's with John Huffaker.
This is from Dennis R. from St. Petersburg, Florida. He asks, my father, my mother, a brother, and a sister have all had Alzheimer's. I'm in my late 60s, and so far I'm doing pretty good. How do I know for sure I will or will not get the illness, and what can I do to change that direction?
Hi, Dennis. We get asked this all the time, and the reality or the hard part of that answer is we don't actually know if you will or will not get this illness. We can't answer that, but what we do know is the single biggest risk factor you can have is your genetics. And it also is the one risk factor you have no input on. You already given your DNA. You didn't get a choice in this. It is what it is. But with that said, one of the things that we give a quick rule of thumb is if you look at it this way, if you have a first-degree relative, so if that's a sibling or a parent. In your case, you have your mother, father, and a brother and a sister. So you definitely have 4 first-degree relatives that all have Alzheimer's. That means you have about a 40% more likelihood of developing Alzheimer's versus somebody that does not have that first-degree relative. So I definitely think you can't really change your genetics, but I think this is something you should be aware of and keep on top of that. Talk to your doctor, and I would also recommend getting a baseline cognitive testing so you can kind of stay ahead of this.
Okay, great. Thank you. Up next, why can't I remember?
We'll be right back to Gut Punched, Alzheimer's and Caregivers.
If you find that it's time that you must start looking for a good home care company for your loved one, I'd like you to consider talking with Heart, Body, and Mind Home Care, a nationally award-winning company. They are top of the line in service. They will tell you service is their passion, excellence is their promise, and that's the honest truth. They are very knowledgeable and skilled at what they provide. On top of that, they are just really nice people who love helping others in need. They are Alzheimer's and dementia and Parkinson's care specialists. You can find them on the web at hbmhomecare.com, or you can call them at area code 239-603-6455. And you'll find a link for them on our website, gutpunched.com. Heart, Body, and Mind Home Care, your best choice for home care.
This is Gut Punched, Alzheimer's and Caregivers.
Okay, this is an article called Why Can't I Remember Anything? Written by Barbara Brody, medically reviewed by Jennifer Robinson, MD, and I got it from WebMD. Why can't I remember anything? Faulty memory happens to us all. You can't find your car keys again. You meet someone at a party and 5 minutes later you forget their name. You leave the grocery store and have no idea where your car is parked. Relax. No one has a perfect memory. And it's okay to have some lapses, even if you're still young. What's normal? Things you learned only recently, like a name at a party, are the hardest to remember because they haven't yet taken root in your mind. It's also common to forget where you put something or an appointment that was on your schedule. Most of the time that happens because you weren't paying attention in the first place. Maybe you were focused on not spilling your glass of wine instead of learning that new person's name. Or you might have been thinking about your grocery list instead of where you left your car. You also tend to forget things when you're tired, sick, or stressed out. Here's some quick tricks. These are things you can do to improve your recall day to day. You may have to organize or reorganize your life just a little. Get organized. Stash the items you misplace often in the same spot, and they'll be less likely to go missing in the future. Install a key hook or cell phone charging station so they have dedicated places. Write it down. When it comes to keeping track of your schedule, phone numbers, and birthdays, put pen to paper. Even if you don't look at your notes, the act of writing them down can help you recall things. Consult your calendar. Get a date book or wall calendar and write meetings, appointments, family outings, and everything else in it. Look at your next day's schedule before you go to bed to help keep events fresh in your mind. Play word games. Create an online password you'll never forget by using an acronym. Come up with an easy-to-recall sentence or phrase. For example, you can use the year your favorite sports teams won big. SSBC14 could stand for Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl champions in 2014, and maybe they could change that to 2026. It means something to you, so you'll remember it, but it isn't easy for a hacker to figure out. If the password was assigned, make up a sentence that fits it. Repeat, repeat, repeat. From a name of someone you just met to an address that you need to get to, saying something again can help it stick with you. Work at it. Do something to challenge your brain. Learn a new language, discuss books with your friends, or curl up with a crossword puzzle. Get social. People who volunteer or just keep up with friends and family are more likely to stay alert. Lifestyle and memory. Lifestyle affects memory. For example, your diet plays a role. If your cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugar are too high, the blood vessels in and around your brain can get clogged or damaged. A Harvard study showed that people who eat more saturated fats found in meat and dairy products do worse on memory tests than those who eat less. If you're trying to make better food choices, consider the Mediterranean diet. This way of eating, which features omega-3 rich fish, heart-healthy olive oil, and plenty of fresh produce, has been linked with protecting thinking and memory. And guess what else is just as good for your memory as for the rest of your body? Regular exercise. It promotes blood flow to the brain, and you should be getting 30 minutes each day. And you need regular sleep, which helps your brain files memories so you can access them later on. If you smoke, stop. It damages blood vessels. If you're a heavy drinker, lighten your intake. Research shows heavy drinking will mess with your memory. Moderate drinking, no more than 1 drink per day for women or 2 for men, though, might actually protect it. Memory and aging. Memory slips do seem to get worse through the years. You slowly start losing brain cells beginning in your 20s, and certain chemicals that these cells need also decline. It makes sense that your memory is sharper at 25 than at 55 or 75. Major memory changes don't always signal Alzheimer's disease. They can be caused by strokes, head injuries, lack of vitamins in your diet, or sleep trouble. They might even be a side effect of one of the drugs you're taking. When in doubt, see a doctor to sort it out. These are red flags that might reveal a more serious problem. If your slip-ups happen often, you forget where you park every day, or you can't balance a checkbook, or you don't remember where you live, then see a doctor. Get checked out if your family or friends tell you that they weren't sure who someone was, and it was a person you know well, such as a close friend or relative. Pretty interesting stuff. How many did you have? I had a lot. We're coming back with men versus women.
We'll be right back to Gut Punched, Alzheimer's and Caregivers.
Your memories are precious. The people you love, the moments you cherish, the life you've lived. At Neuropsychiatric Research Center, we believe your brain deserves the very best care. If you're 50 or older, we invite you to a free memory screening event designed to give you clarity, hope, and valuable insight into your cognitive health. This test has the potential to identify Alzheimer's-related changes earlier than ever in giving people more time, more understanding, and more ways to prepare. By taking just a few minutes for a confidential memory check, it can help you establish a baseline, give you a peace of mind, and connect you to research that may change lives, including your own. Neuropsychiatric Research Center, 14271 Metropolis Avenue, Fort Myers. Take the first step towards protecting your brain for yourself and the people who love you. Visit nprc-southwestflorida.com or call 239-939-7777 to schedule your free memory screening today. The p-tau 217 blood test is available only to participants who meet eligibility criteria.
This is Gut Punched, Alzheimer's and Caregivers.
Came across this article. It's called Alzheimer's Disease in Older Men versus Older Women, written by Alexandra Benisek and medically reviewed by Christopher Malodowski. Here we go. Both men and women are at an increasing risk for Alzheimer's disease as they age, but women get it more often, and the disease doesn't affect men and women the same. Now, experts are studying Alzheimer's differences between the sexes. How is Alzheimer's different in men and women, you ask? Well, in the U.S., 6.2 million people over the age of 65 have Alzheimer's disease. About 2/3 of these people are women. That means 1 in 6 women in this age group will develop the condition. Experts have learned more about Alzheimer's disease based on trends from other forms of dementia. For example, they found that dementia caused by things not related to Alzheimer's isn't more common in women than men. One study found that men and women are equally as likely to develop non-Alzheimer's dementia as they age. This means there's a specific tie between Alzheimer's disease and sex. Not that kind, but male and female sex. There are a few reasons why experts think it affects women more. Women tend to live longer. The main reason women develop Alzheimer's more than men is simply because women usually live longer. Women, on average, are likely to live 5 years more than men. Their life expectancy is 81 years compared to 76 years for men. Because age is the greatest risk factor for Alzheimer's, the fact that women live longer means they are more likely to develop it. But this doesn't explain entirely why more women have Alzheimer's. Even in studies of men and women of the same age, experts still found that women tend to develop Alzheimer's more often. Autoimmune disorders may play a role. Women are twice as likely as men to develop an autoimmune disease. Experts don't know exactly why, but they found that women tend to have stronger immune systems than men. Autoimmune disorders are often more common in pregnancy, too. Now, amyloid is a protein involved in Alzheimer's. Researchers believe your body may release this protein to fight infections in your brain. If this is the case, women probably have more amyloid buildup than men since they tend to have stronger immune systems. The higher amount of amyloid in women may be another reason why there are more cases of Alzheimer's disease in women. Now, experts know that the hormone estrogen can help protect your central nervous system. It can also help prevent diseases like Alzheimer's. Estrogen can also help in the breakdown of amyloid. When a woman goes through menopause, her estrogen levels go down. In fact, studies have found that older men may have higher levels of it than women do after menopause. Some studies found that the hormone replacement therapy, HRT, can help. If a woman gets HRT soon after menopause, it may help lower the risk of Alzheimer's disease. But other studies have shown no benefits to HRT for Alzheimer's prevention, especially if HRT is started too late. Also, HRT is linked to some complications like stroke, which experts need to look deeper into HRT's side effects and the effectiveness, pregnancy, and its complications. In addition to higher risk of autoimmune issues during pregnancy, there's also a higher risk of preeclampsia. Experts have linked this condition and other issues during pregnancy to developing dementia later in life. They need more research to understand how pregnancy-related issues might affect Alzheimer's. Here are some slight differences in men and women's brains. Men tend to have a larger brain volume and more white matter, while women usually have more gray matter. Blood flow and connectivity might be higher in the partial lobe of the female brain, while connectivity in the motor and visual areas may be higher in male brains. They may impact how likely you are to develop Alzheimer's. These differences, especially greater brain volume in men, may allow them to be more resistant to factors that lead to Alzheimer's. Now, one study found that women are more likely to have atrophy or shrinkage of tissue in a part of the brain called the hippocampus. This area of your brain plays a large role in memory, inflammation in the body. This may also play a role in your risk of Alzheimer's. A woman's brain may respond differently to inflammation. This response could make you more likely to develop Alzheimer's as compared to a man. Frailty. This term refers to a higher state of weakness compared to people of your own age. Women tend to have more frailty than men as they get older. While women usually live longer than men, despite frailty, their higher level of overall weakness might put them at a greater risk for Alzheimer's. Other health problems related to frailty, like weight loss and exhaustion, are also risk factors for the disease. Social factors that play a role. Higher income and education levels, career involvement, and more physical activity are factors that may help protect you from dementia. In today's older population, many women didn't have the same opportunities as men in these areas. They may be linked to men having more cognitive reserve than women as they age. This may mean that because some men had more success in these areas, they're more likely to cope well with the mental decline that comes with age. Up next, we'll be back with myth versus fact. And up shortly, a look ahead at our resources. So I attended this dementia seminar about a week ago, and there was a speaker who was there last year, and we've interviewed her in the past, and she is really good at presentations, and she's funny. So I'm taking something from her handout, which I found very interesting, and is something that I want to address here in the next couple months, because there's so much stuff out there. You have to know what's true and what's not true, so you don't lose money also. And it was kind of like myth and fact. So here's something. We have little control over dementia. Not. Myth. Dementia is a normal part of aging. Fact. Dementia is a disease, not a normal part of aging, though it becomes more common as people age. Some causes of dementia-like symptoms such as depression, hearing loss, and thyroid issues are reversible. Myth. Healthy living prevents it entirely. Fact. A healthy lifestyle, diet, exercise, managing blood pressure, weight, significantly reduces risk and builds resilience, but does not guarantee you won't get it. You have to look at all the information, read the fine print, see what's really out there. Don't get taken in by these honey, apple cider, vinegar, cinnamon, blah, blah, blah. Misinformation, it's just a come on. Please be very careful with what you click on in social media. I understand we're all trying to find a cure, trying to find things to help our loved one, but be careful. Talk to your doctor and do your research, do your homework. Just a little tip. Our resources are very important. If you're not sure where to turn or how to connect, we're here to help bring them to you. Reach out to the Dubin Center at dubincenter.com. Then there is the Neuropsychiatric Research Center. Find them at nprcsouthwestflorida.com. And Heart, Body, and Mind Home Care at hbmhomecare.com. And you can check out the Alzheimer's Support Network at alzsupport.org. Now, to find your local chapter of the Alzheimer's Association, you can visit their website or call their toll-free hotline at 1-800-272-3900. They also offer an outstanding resource called Dementia Care Navigation, powered by Ripple and the Alzheimer's Association. It provides free, personalized dementia care, including a dedicated care navigator and tailored resources for caregivers and people living with dementia. Now, you can get connected by calling 855-271-2662 to get connected. That's 855-271-2662. Take the first step. Now, we talk about the GUIDE program frequently. It's another excellent resource that provides help and respite care, and it's free. You can search for it online or visit Dr. Perry's HealthSpan Partners at https://healthspansouthwestflorida.com. Another resource worth checking out is Aquilane Clinical Research at aqualaneresearch.com. And can't forget the Alzheimer's Support Network at https://support.network. And thank you to each and every one of you who has taken the time out of your busy, stressful day as a caregiver to give us a listen. We truly appreciate it. If this episode helps you, please share it with one person who needs it. If you would subscribe to GutPunched, Alzheimer's and Caregivers, that would be great. And don't forget to visit our website at gutpunched.com. Our email address is gutpunchedac@outlook.com or jeff@gutpunched.com. Thank you for joining us. And if today gave you even a little hope, hold on to it. God bless.
This has been GutPunched, Alzheimer's and Caregivers, with your host, Jeff Edwards. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to us on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple, Pandora, Podbean, and more. If you have a question or want to get in touch with us, our email is gutpunchedac@outlook.com or jeff@gutpunched.com. Caregivers, you don't have to do this alone.